Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Sterngold and I am here with a book about Chinese New Year or the Lunar New Year because today we're celebrating the Lunar New Year. Now I've got on my lucky red and my lucky gold and we're going to read this book here, Sam and the Lucky Money. It's written by Karen Chin and illustrated by Cornelius Van Wright and Ying Ha Hu. Now this is Sam. There's his lucky red money. In the background you see a traditional Chinese lion that you might see dancing in a special parade celebrating the Lunar New Year. So, Sam and the Lucky Money. If you look too closely at this bakery, you're going to end up hungry, so don't look too closely at that picture. And this is dedicated to Philip by the author, and with love to our mother, Lu Young, from the illustrators. Sam could hardly wait to get going. He zipped up his jacket and patted his pockets. It was time to go to Chinatown for New Year's Day. Sam thought about sweet oranges and lucky money. Crisp dollar bills tucked in small red envelopes called lacis. Sam's grandparents gave him lacis every New Year. Each envelope was decorated with a symbol of luck: 2 golden mandarins, a Chinese junk, which is a kind of boat, a slithering dragon, a giant peach. Sam's lacis were embossed in gold. Sam counted out $4 bills. Boy, did he feel rich. His parents said he didn't have to buy a notebook or socks as usual. This year, he could spend his lucky money his way. Sam, his mother called, "It's time to go shopping. Hurry so we don't miss the lion." "Coming," said Sam. He's looking pretty pleased with his lucky money this year, isn't he? Wow, the Chinatown market is pretty extraordinary. The streets hummed with the thump of drums and the clang of cymbals. Everywhere, dusty red smoke hung in the air, left by exploding firecrackers. "Give me your hand," said his mother. "I don't want you to get lost." Sam took her hand reluctantly. It seemed like everyone was shopping for New Year's meals. There were so many people crowded around the overflowing vegetable bins that Sam had to look out for elbows and shopping bags. Oh goodness. Right next to the vegetable stand were 2 huge red paper mounds. Sam kicked the piles with his right foot and then with his left foot until he created a small blizzard. On his third kick, he felt his foot land on something strange. "Ay-ya!" someone cried out in pain. Startled, he looked up to find an old man sitting against the wall. The stranger was rubbing his foot. Bare feet in winter. Sam's so bundled and this man has bare feet. Sam thought, where are his shoes? Sam stared at the man's dirty clothes as he backed away. He found his mother picking out oranges and he tugged on her sleeve, pulling harder than he meant to. They're both looking pretty startled in this picture. "Hey, I need this arm," said his mother. "Where have you been? It's time to go." For once, Sam was glad to follow his mother. In the bakery window, Sam eyed a gleaming row of fresh char siu bao, his favorite honey-topped buns. When they opened the door, the smell of sweet egg tarts and coconut pastries erased any thought of the stranger. Sam wondered how many sweets he could buy with $4. Probably enough to give him a tummy ache. "Ne yu ma ya," said a young woman from behind the counter. When Sam gave her a puzzled look, she repeated the question in English. "What do you want?" Sam was about to ask for buns when he noticed a tray full of New Year's cookies. They were shaped like fish with fan-pleated tails that looked like little toes. He couldn't help but think about the old man again. Sam decided he wasn't hungry after all. Suddenly, he heard a noise from outside that sounded like 1,000 leaves rustling. He ran to the window to see what was happening. "Look!" he yelled. Bundles of firecrackers were exploding in the street. Rounding the corner was the festival lion, followed by a band of cymbals and drums. Sam pulled his mother outside. The colorful lion wove down the street like a giant centipede, teased by a clown wearing a round mask. It tossed its head up and down. It's the lion from the front of the book. Oh, and here's the clown. It came to a halt in front of a meat market and sniffed a giant lassie that hung from the doorway. Up there, the lucky money. There was also a bouquet of lettuce leaves. With loud fanfare, the band urged the lion toward its prize. "Take the food, take the money, bring us good luck for the new year," Sam shouted along with the others. His heart pounded in time with the drum's beat. With a sudden lunge, the lion devoured the lassie all in a blink of an eye and continued down the street. The crowd clapped and then quickly dispersed. Here's Sam cheering him on. That was a hungry lion, Sam's mother joked. Now he felt hungry too and wanted to go back to the bakery. But just then, a large grand opening sign caught Sam's eye. In the window were cars, planes, robots, and stuffed animals. A new toy store, just the place to spend his lucky money. Sam ran down one aisle, then another. He examined a police car with a wailing siren and flashing lights. He squeezed a talking pig and laughed at its loud oink oink. Then he spotted the basketballs. That looks like Paddington Bear. A new basketball was the perfect way to spend his lucky money. But when he saw the price tag, he got angry. "I only have $4, he shouted. "I can't buy this." In fact, everything he touched cost more than that. "What is $4 good for?" he complained, stamping his feet. His mother scrunched up her eyes the way she always did when she scolded him and guided him out of the store. Sam's feeling a little sorry for himself and a little angry about it. Sam couldn't help it. Even with all the shiny gold on them, the lassies seemed worthless. "Sam, when someone gives you something, you should appreciate it," his mother said as she marched him along. Sam stuffed his lassie back in his pockets. The sun had disappeared behind some clouds and he was starting to feel the chill. He dragged his feet along the sidewalk. Suddenly, Sam saw a pair of bare feet and instantly recognized them. They belonged to the old man he had seen earlier. The man also remembered him and smiled. Sam froze in his steps, staring at the man's feet. His mother kept walking. Then she turned back to check on Sam. She noticed the old man. "Oh," she said, shifting her shopping bags so she could dig into her purse for some coins. "Sorry, I only have a quarter." The man bowed his head several times in thanks. "He acts like it's $1 million, Sam thought, shaking his head. As they started to walk away, Sam looked down at his own feet, warm and dry in his boots, and suddenly he stopped. What do you think Sam's gonna do? "Can I really do anything I want with my lucky money?" he asked. "Of course," his mother answered. Sam pulled his laces from his pockets. The golden dragon looked shinier than ever. He ran back and thrust his lucky money into the surprised man's hands. "You can't buy shoes with this," he told the man, "but I know you can buy some socks." The stranger laughed, and so did Sam's mother. Sam knows because in the past he bought socks with his money. Oh. Sam looks like that lucky money bought him the most important thing in the world. Right? He feels proud of himself. His family is proud of him. In the end. Well, happy Lunar New Year to all of you, and I look forward to seeing you at the end of the President's Week off.